back, boys and girls. Let us know if there's any problems with the audio or anything, and we'll get you right into the game here. We got to change a couple of names here. How do we do this? Where is it? Well, how do I get to the thing here? Oh no, because it's still there.
I think it's in
Yeah,
there.
it's not scrolling.
Oh, if it's
Because it's still on intro over there.
yeah, give it a second to get back.
It's just thinking.
So you guys are live. Just go ahead and once it's done thinking,
Mm-hmm.
then you should be good.
All right. Well, the names on the screen are incorrect, so apologies for that. Once this program decides to let me have access to things and start clicking stuff, then I'll change them. But until that happens,
Looks like we got.
no, the whole
I think.
thing's frozen. The volume's not even moving. The
Can you guys
timer's stopped. I think we're crashed.
Give it like a minute or two, and it should be fine.
Can you guys give us a thumbs up or let us know in the chat?
I mean, the timer's crashed. They can't hear us. I
Yeah.
don't think we're live right now.
You guys are
Well,
good. You guys are
oh,
good.
there it goes.
Oh.
Cool.
Hearing you.
Looks like- so
Good,
we got,
good, good. We're up.
All right, cool. I think we got Matt Lutz playing Dark Side. Looks like he's doing. So we got CCT again.
Still not letting me change the names, unfortunately.
Oh,
But yeah, we got
stream.
CRG versus Batmouth.
And
Yep, that's correct.
So what's Batmouse's light side? I can't see what that card is in the.
Well, that's
in the-
Anger for Your Aggression in the middle. I don't think he's put his objective out yet, or there's one card out
Yeah,
there.
what's that random card? I could
I don't know either.
I guess so they're just. I think looks like Matt's just shuffling. They're probably just waiting for to get the all clear.
Oh, look, did it go? I think it went. There we go. We can change the names now. Here we go.
Awesome.
Not that one though. Right, no.
No, up, scroll up.
Up higher.
Yeah,
Ah, there
the
you
A
go, that
versus
one.
A, dark side and light side. Yeah.
Alright, so dark side. Let's slide this off so we can still see what's going on here. So this is
Matt
dark side
Matt.
is Matt.
and CRG. Perfect. I think I hear them calling out time starting.
Yep, time starting in the round, so game's getting underway here. We just got one or two more clicks to do. This mouse is so damn sensitive, drives me crazy.
All right, there's Anthony Howard. All right, our names are commentators. You don't need to. You can just put my name. It's fine.
There's no E on the end, right? Just Tim Simon.
Right.
Yeah. Tim Simone. All right, we are all set
right.
up here. Sorry for that delay, guys. Anyways, we can see very clearly here what Matt's taking into hand with his any methods necessary.
Ooh,
Boba
we got
Fett,
some
Blaster Rifle,
we got-
Dungeon Effect.
We got some all Cloud City action in this
Oh,
game.
yeah, this will be exciting. Both playing in the city and the clouds.
So Batmouse
Oh,
got
I'm gonna be over this way.
looks like the standard start
Justice.
walkway. I'm guessing that's keeping the Empire out forever and the Belden's Eye combo.
Yep, I think you're 100% correct on that. Pretty standard stuff for QMC. Not a lot of flex in those effects on
I
QMC.
think
I mean,
we're seeing a lot of interaction in this game. Should be a fun one. I assume that's the prize in the.
yeah,
in
he's
Security
playing. Yeah,
Tower.
definitely
Yeah.
playing prize.
That's-
We
I think-
didn't see if he replaced it with his own prize actually.
I think everybody's playing the prize nowadays.
Not if you're playing HCF, you're not.
I mean, CCT players. No one's taking a rebel.
You know, I was saying is light side replacing it with their prize was my question. The
at-
Corn Horn prize.
Dan, can you confirm for us? Is that
Is he live? Is he with us?
is that the dark side prize or the light side?
Not particularly relevant, anyways.
I guess we'll know once Han or Corn hit the table. But anyway,
Anyways, so any methods necessary uploads Boba Fett gun prison, and then the text on the Cloud City security tower also, when any methods necessary is played, lets you upload Despair. So he's got Despair V in his hand, and then draws 6 additional cards instead of the normal 8. All right, one final cut, and Anthony will draw his hand. Got the handshake, and we're off to the races here. So, imagine we'll see a pretty standard turn one from Matt. Oh, he's showing us his hand. Look at that.
Stunning Probot. Remount.
Yep, and Weemop's a nice opening hand pull.
It is the corn horn.
Okay, Dan is here with us, and he's saying prize V. Batmouse's first time on camera. Welcome, Batmouse. Best of luck to you, buddy. So Matt Lutz's first two actions: activate one, spend it for the security tower. Which, of course, very smart. You don't want to activate all 7 and then risk activating your thing. Pretty basic stuff for those of us who've been playing for a while, but for new players, I mean, it's a thing you can do. You can activate one force, interrupt your activation, and pull a card. Cut down on the odds that you miss it.
Always a good idea.
Yep. Anyways, proceeds with the rest of his activation. And this turn's pretty well scripted. I don't think we're going to see anything too surprising here.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're just going to see the standard. I don't know why separating the sites there. They are all related.
I'm sure more are going to come down to fill in the gap eventually. They'll put 2 and 2 together.
Is that a leadership playing by Batmouse there?
Yeah, he caught Matt without his grabber out.
It's Akbar. May he rest in peace.
Has he passed away?
In the new movies, yeah.
Oh.
Unfortunately. A sensitive area, but I assume CCT is looking to do just the standard flip.
Like I said, you're going to see Fett pick up the prize.
Right.
He's all yours. Let's bounty hunters move for free, which includes the ability of Fett's gun to spend 2 to relocate him. I mean, the only exception might be he's got the audience chamber there. I say if he misses his audience chamber pull, that'd be a real stinker. These things happen though.
These mobile sites are
okay. Now Batmouse has realized that he was actually able to put his site in the middle and decides to do that a bit late. But
these mobile sites are extremely mobile. Are extremely mobile on early game here.
I'll see what you did there, Tim, and I approve of the dad joke. You won't find me complaining about a good dad joke. I'm sure you heard my one about the surprise assault.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy,
crazy
moment. Probably one of the best moments on stream so far of the double surprise assault.
All right, so fishes the prison out of his deck. Or, I'm sorry, the audience chamber out of his deck, and Zappos Palace Dungeon, of course, started in his hand with the interrupt.
And there he is. No opening turn. Blue milk.
Man of the hour.
No opening turn. Blue milk and barrier, unfortunately, for Batmouse. That would have been really clutch.
That would stop him in his tracks for sure. Be a hell of a lucky draw, though.
Yeah.
Picking up the prize. Like I said, all this pretty. Oh, he messed up. He's going back so he can drop his despair. The old take back. That was I'd allow that take back though. That was a pretty minor one.
He allows the revert.
Yep. Revert accepted.
There comes the free movement.
Got to play that card to let him move for free. And of course, there's the turn 1 flip. What we didn't see, actually, he did show us his hand. He didn't play the. Well, maybe he saw he activated the bridge. Maybe that's why he didn't play the We Must Accelerate, because he did show us the We Must Accelerate in his opening hand.
Yes, he did have the.
But I didn't look closely as he was rifling through his reserve deck.
Think he made.
That was a system. It looked like to me.
Oh, that was
probably Kashyyyk is what they're running.
It was a location. I think it's Nalhada.
Oh, Nalhada. Maybe that makes sense too.
Usually they're running.
Because they have the effect to pull it. Yeah, and that effect's got great. Oh, here, look, he's got his opening hand too. BB-8. Oh, a bunch of sites.
Admiral's Order. Yes, we have a
lift tube. That's exciting. Lift tube and lift tube escape is actually they're not strong cards, but they give you a lot of mobility and a lot of options when you're moving around on Cloud City. The reacting can be really strong.
They react away from battles?
With lift tube escape, they react away from battles, and then the lift tube itself can react to the battle.
Oh, you can do both offensive and
the other fun thing it can do is that lift tube escape can put the lift tube in use pile, and the lift tube escape is a used 5, so it sets up a pure Sabak.
It's a 6, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 5 and a 6, so you put it in use pile, and it perfectly sets up a pure Sabak. So we'll see if that comes into play.
You want to consider all your options as dark side here. Every possible option. All right, so he's going down to the system. Light side turn 1, putting down the upper plaza corridor.
It's just the standard Harksef and Overseer.
Yeah, gives them an extra +2.
Yep, +1 generation for every non-battleground on table.
+2 activation for the
which
moment.
is the 2 dungeons right now are the only 2 non-battlegrounds. Might see that bridge come out.
And I'm assuming there's probably a home 1 in the deck too, right?
I would think so if you're pulling Akbar turn 1.
Yeah. Ooh, is he pulling the docking bay with the? You don't usually see that. Usually you pull that on the 7 side.
Do you care to fill Nick Reich in on the story of your hat? I think it was something about a lost bet you said.
Yeah, I'll probably be talking about this most of the day today, but yeah.
How many times have you told this story now?
Yeah, the great Taco Bill Kafer and I had a bet in April of this year about the Orioles win-loss record if it would exceed or be below 100, and it was above 100 this year. So I lost the bet. So I had to wear.
But you were betting them to be below 100?
I was betting for him to lose less than 100. He was betting they would lose more than 100.
Oh, I thought you meant like the ratio. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So if I won, he had to wear an O's hat. If I lost, I had to wear a Nats hat. I asked if he would accept Expos instead of Nationals, and he agreed.
I've got a Nats hat right here if you want.
Yeah. So that's the story. Oh, we got double. Hopefully Bill sees this stream at some point and appreciates that. All right. So
Anyways,
still white side's a
back to the
phase,
game
I
here.
think he's just.
The one thing he did put out was the Admiral's Orders, which is pretty huge because that's going to limit Dark Side to 1 Battle Destiny at all the Cloud City sites.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Is that also the one that
Pulse combat vehicles.
Pulse combat vehicles.
Ships are power -2 unless you have a capital and a starship.
Okay, which he obviously is doing both of those. Yeah. So he's pulling battle plan. I guess it's probably Dark Side's turn now.
Yep, puts out battle plan. Make sure Fett can't be just punching that 2 through for free.
Yeah, you gotta make him pay, but I think he probably still does it here. All right, there's the accelerator. So I guess he knew that it was the bottom of his.
Yeah, it was clearly in his force pile last turn. That would have been a pretty boneheaded mistake if he had missed that. I didn't think he would have.
Definitely not.
Something I would do though.
You know.
You can get a little bit of a glimpse of what's in his reserve deck there. Didn't see anything too out of the ordinary.
So if you're a Dark Side here, what you're trying to do? You're probably trying to be a bit more reactive with this matchup, I would assume, right? You don't want to attack Cloud City right away. You want to let them set up and then.
Especially with Scum, yeah. I think your first thing you want to do is just get Scum out, so that when you do start battling, you're getting your retrieval.
Duro, here comes the IG.
I think this is a pretty heavily favored matchup for Scum because they can just go. They got a lot of guys that can go to a lot of sites.
The IG, some tunnel vision.
Yep. That's
so let them get any
little pull chain to get the IG going. So now both players are. Well, actually, Anthony Howard is not getting force pile pulls.
You'll probably be flipping, I would assume, next turn.
Pretty soon, both players are going to be fishing cards out of their force pile. Oh, and he gives Iggy the gun too, which is pretty standard move. Yeah. No reason not to. He's
he can't be hit.
Much less expendable than Fett.
He can't be hit basically either.
Yeah, he's got this protective game text. Lose a force to cancel a weapon destiny targeting him.
So who will come down to a Cloud City battleground first? Well, I guess.
And then the other.
I guess he has to. Light side has to just to flip, right? If the was it control?
What's your question?
Light side has to control. Is it just control 2 to flip? Is that right? With keeping the Empire
control
out
2 sites, occupy the system with keeping the Empire out.
So I'm assuming. Okay, so it's like he's activating now. So I'm assuming that's what's probably about to happen.
Some commentary from Dan providing a quick glimpse into the mental state of the competitors and their outward appearances.
trying to look
So
at
the
that.
system is always going to be a huge point of contention in QMC. If QMC loses that system, you can pretty much stick a fork in them. I feel like, unless they got
And
somewhere
I
to run, they
believe,
got to stay in space. If they have
I
somewhere to run
believe,
to, they can still win. But keeping
and
celebration online is
and
huge.
and Matt and Greg are team members, so I'm assuming their CCT builds are going to be fairly similar. I'm sure they won't be card for card the same, but
Which Greg are you referring to?
Shaw, we just
Oh,
had
okay.
we just had on stream, so I'm assuming these builds are going to be pretty similar.
Gotcha. So probably pretty similar to what we saw last game.
So we got Obi-Wan and Lobot
Yep.
coming
There's a
out
flip.
to flip the objective, as we have foreseen.
Yes, everything is proceeding.
So we have the tunnel vision.
We'll see if Batmouse. I'm kind of curious if he's going to reinforce space
Yeah,
or
I'm,
just
I'm a
let
little
the.
yeah, I'm a little nervous about space in this matchup for Lightside because Darkside is going to be fishing out
Yeah,
literally,
Darkseid definitely has some ships he can throw out there.
literally
He
whatever
can
they
do some
want.
stuff. I mean, we saw Greg last game
Shaw
going
had-
toe to toe with Yavin 4 Ops dedicated space. Not toe to toe. I mean, he wasn't getting
Yeah,
kicked out
there was
though.
a couple
Like
couple big battles early that I think
the space in this
not,
deck can do some
he
damage.
kind of got a little bit blown out on with Cold Weeder, unfortunately. But he definitely has a shot to contest space for sure, especially if it's just a Hark stuff.
Oh, the lift tube. I love it.
With the lift tube with the corridor.
What
Is
do
that a? I don't know who that
It's
is.
an alien.
Oh, is that
Is it
No.
Maz? Somebody with a short name.
no?
An alien with a short name. Dan will pop in here in a second. Din.
Oh, Din Djarin, the man.
The Mandalorian
Mandalorian.
himself. And
Yes.
he's a great addition to QMC.
Oh, for
QMC's
sure.
been getting not a lot of direct help, but I feel like a lot of the stuff D&D's been putting out can slot pretty well in there. The Din is a great card, and all the 5 different species things are things that can work really well in QMC.
So I think that's threatening 2 destinies.
Yeah,
Right now,
Din adds with an alien.
Oh, he's got
Just showing us his hand
showing us
again.
to get the drink cancel sight in hand.
One thing I was curious is I was looking for something for space. Did you see any tricks for space and
I didn't see-
alternatives to fighting? Something?
I didn't see anything in his hand for
Yeah.
space. So this is really
So,
interesting
yeah, I
to
mean-
see if Matt.
Especially with being able to pick cards out of his force pile,
Could-
like just pick up the Zuckus.
Let's look at Matt's hand here, see if we see anything. He's going too fast.
Yeah, and Dan confirms Batmouse has nothing in space.
I guess we have Matt's hand cam down there, but still, it's a little hard to.
Yeah, we need to get like some little ones to clip on their shirt or something.
I'm trying to see. Oh, he's going too fast. But yeah,
I didn't see any blue
I see
cards.
Mara.
He's got him so steep of an angle.
But yeah, any kind of space at all, he's going to be able to threaten that
Spending
overseer clearly.
3 for a drain. Yep.
So it's
Batmouse peels 1 off the top.
Dan tells us that Matt has at least 1 ship in hand.
Okay. And it's only 1 because Menace Fades is in effect currently. Batmouse controls a battleground site in the battleground system.
Oh, I did not see Menace
Yeah, I
Phase
think
at the
that popped out last time with the Admiral's orders. We might have missed it.
table.
But
Okay.
putting a little bit of work in here, paid for itself already.
Oh, it's a pretty good card I hear.
Yeah, it's
Pretty good. A lot of decks right now are down into 4 strings. All right, so Matt's trying to decide, I guess, exactly what
trying
to
to
do
figure
here.
out what he's going to deploy here. It's
I think he's going to go right to draw. Looking at the body language here.
yeah, he's definitely
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. He does not like his hand to get Mara.
I mean, he also knows what's in his force pile from his search
he
earlier.
he has the Ellis and Hinthra in hand with a gray. I guess maybe he didn't have the smuggler in the reserve to pull, or
But the fact he only draws 1 card maybe implies also he didn't have the force for what he needed. He's saving most of that force for next turn. Maybe he wants to come down a little bit harder, but I mean, I feel like Harkstaff's going to have some backup here pretty soon.
and does Batmouse have any force saved? It doesn't look like it.
I think he's got his force pile in his hand right now. He just activated
okay.
and is
Oh, okay.
and is doing his search.
Okay. Okay. So, I guess he feared
Yeah, you
maybe
can
feared barrier and stuff too.
Yeah, he just selected his card for keeping the Empire out forever.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I agree. Batmouse really needs to kind of back up space this turn. Oh, there's launching the assault, so
Yep, launching
I'm
the assault.
assuming home one's about to come
Yep,
out
once per
here.
game takes home one into hand, and I'm sure Batmouse would not have fired that effect if he had seen the home one during his force pile search.
I
That
fully
card
agree.
also gives you drain +1 if you have a Mon Calamari piloted by a character,
Yeah,
I believe.
any character card, I
Any
think. Yeah.
character, yep. Can't be a permanent pilot, but
Then Akbar, I believe, is free on that.
yep, the ship itself is a bit pricey, but at least Akbar is nothing. So yeah, now he's got Zuckus covered now. He's got a
So yeah, I don't know if CCT plays like lateral or anything like that. I know he does have the other system, I think,
yeah.
in
We didn't
hand.
see it in Greg's deck.
I don't know if he wants to battle into that.
Yeah,
But he
that's
probably needs a little bit more than just the
that
hint.
that nut just got a lot tougher to crack.
You need more than just the Hinthra for sure. You need
Yeah,
a couple.
exactly. You need some extra battle destinies, or like Dengar would be great here. Actually, Dengar and punishing
You
one.
guys think, yeah, Greg was
Oh,
playing that.
he just put a ship to the front of his hand. Looks like a stinger, maybe.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, he's maybe
Yeah, Singer.
presumably if he's looking at stingers
Yeah,
because he has Guri in
yeah.
hand.
Dan told us he has Guri in hand.
Yeah, which is going to be
Oh,
Dengar's in hand as well. Kieran says he might have caught a glimpse of that. So that could have actually be pretty decent because Stinger is only 2. Guri deploys free on board there.
Cast
It's
one
going to
battle
add a
destiny.
destiny. It's going to take away Akbar's ad.
I'm assuming you have to assume he has leaderships. They would probably each be capped at.
Yeah, you're probably both going to be capped at 1.
So then it's just more about power and attrition. But Dengar takes away all the immunity. That's
Dengar's going to mean he's losing
and
something.
your total battle is what, +2 here. He's looking for scum. Oh, he's got it. Another good reason
Yep,
to
scum.
battle. I don't know how much is in his lost pile. It's like there's P59 on
Yep.
top.
Backside of the objective pulse scum makes it immune to alter. Oh, weird. Batmouse was at the battleground last turn. Did he move his guys to the non-battleground in the move phase?
He must have put him in the lift tube and
I wonder why.
fled.
Why would you do that? He was getting scared, I guess.
Didn't have enough evasion, I guess. All right, Guri and Stinger come down to best bin. So still no presence yet. Is he gonna
Well, he had it
wait?
there for a second before he replaced the permanent
Right.
pilot.
Is he gonna?
Your hat is getting more comments.
So is he gonna wait one more turn to attack in space?
Yeah, that is kind of a cool thing about Guri is you can just park her there
Right, just-
and be like, yeah, I'll spend the rest of the force next turn.
Yeah,
But she is also
just
super
a
cheap for
warning,
2.
a warning shot across the bow.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of broadcast your intentions a little bit, but no, I think you just go for it here. I think you throw down Dengar and hopefully find some way to add a destiny.
Dengar and
I don't know if he's got one though.
Dengar and Ellis.
Yeah,
It's still not a lot of power.
Yeah, that seems like a real questionable fight.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's
But
drawn.
yeah, I think
He's
that's
drawn.
probably the smarter move is
All
a
right,
little bit of patience
he's
here.
planning it probably an attack next
Especially
turn.
since he went back to the non-battleground, like he's not threatening that much damage. This game's progressing pretty slow.
Batmouse has Luke Skywalker V and Sense. Something you may not necessarily expect to see in a QMC deck, but Obi-Wan's there, so it's
Matt
very doable.
did a force pile search and knew exactly what he was going for. Didn't spend much time deciding. Of course, Iggy and Keeping the Empire Out Forever both can search in either player's turn. You, of course, aren't going to have as much force during the opponent's turn, but still an option you can do.
Yeah, so white side not really dealing any damage right now. Dark side pinging for 2, so both players still kind of biding their time, waiting before the.
Batmouse is currently digging through his force pile, trying to decide on his card. So yeah, Batmouse from this point forward, I think wants to get on more sites and hopefully get celebration going, and I mean reinforce the system because
there was some damage. Where did that damage come from?
that's a good question.
I don't like sand. Oh, obviously he drained through.
Oh right,
drained
because
through-
Guri's
drained
not
through
there. Yeah,
drained
and it's
drained through
+1 from
drained through
yeah.
Guri with launching. Yeah, okay. You got celebration and I think a character stacked on I don't like sand.
Yep, definitely a character. Can't really tell which.
So now those extra battle destinies in space will be futile. Oh, That's interesting inclusion. Ray, all the Jedi going down to the carbonate chamber. That's pretty cool. And there's the Luke in
Luke in
space.
space, a little bit of extra forfeit, a little bit of extra power, and of course the retrieve one every control phase.
All right, so he's ready to make a little
Oh,
bit.
that's why he went to the non-battleground, so we can use the text to. Well, he's got the lift tube though. He can go anywhere he wants. So since he's got like land speed 4. I thought maybe he moved back to the non-battleground so we could use the text to teleport over, but I don't know.
He's just
Not quite sure what that was.
he was just afraid of that.
Yeah, I think he was just
Afraid of an attack.
worried about an attack. Yeah.
Yeah. But now he feels better with Ray. I
Yeah,
guess.
Ray makes you feel a little more confident having her in the room.
Just watch out for the White Saber and all too easy tech coming down from the fighter.
I would love to see it all too easy on stream. We already had a counter assault.
A surprise assault, cold feet, surprise assault, right?
Right, surprise assault. Thank you. I keep doing that.
I've never seen that. Those quite that way before. All right, so
So yeah, Matt's got a pretty hefty force pile. He did not spend much of that force last turn, so he's got, probably one and a half times what he can activate in his force pile.
I'm sure he's thinking really hard here.
He's going. Looks like he's
What-
going for a reserve deck search.
So he'll only get one destiny.
Oh no, just activating a few more.
All right, now here comes
Yeah,
the.
look at the size of that force
Here
pile,
comes
man.
Iggy Search. Oh, there's the hint thrust. That must have been.
Yep.
So I guess he didn't have it before. I think he just took it.
He did just pick up the Hinthra. So yeah, I guess we'll see Hinthra, Dengar, possibly.
Maybe a woof.
Yeah, I mean, I think Woof is in hand. His
So-
reserve deck's so small, I don't imagine the smuggler download's going to come into play. But yeah, I imagine we're just going to see a bunch of ships coming down to Bespin this turn.
I think Lightside might still have the better power in that scenario.
Yeah, Homon is a lot. Yeah, and then of course Hark adds a Destiny to power as
And
well.
plus wait, are all of his ships -2 because of the AO, the Stinger, the Punishing One, and the Hinthra? Those are all starfighters.
Yeah, unless he puts the space cruiser down there, he is going to be -2 on
that's
everything from the AO.
It's power -6 from the AO potentially.
Yeah, I mean, put that many ships down, it starts adding up. Yeah, that's funny.
So maybe. I'm assuming he has it out to find the cruiser.
His force pile's massive, and he can search it. I'm sure he'll find it. I feel like if
He's got the.
if he was aware of that, he probably would have taken it.
He's got the Now Huddle right in front of his hand there. I feel like he's thinking about just setting up another system. They're conceding.
I feel like you're going to have a really hard time winning if they have Celebration running the whole time.
You're conceding drains a 2 and 2 right now if you just leave him alone, which is not what you want to do. He's having a tough time now. I think deciding what he wants. He wants to attack her.
Yeah, now they're talking about the Admiral's orders, so he is at least aware of the potential penalty to power.
Okay, I saw the Dengar. Did not see.
Yeah, he definitely has Dengar. Dengar is going to be useful.
Did not see the cruiser. Is he activating more?
Yeah, I think he just decided to.
Now we're using force. All right.
Is that
That might
3
be,
for the drain?
that's
Yeah.
probably the drain on Jabba's Palace. Oh, BB-8.
Really?
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I guess he runs 2 because
maybe he does have 2. I
he had
think
him in
he
hand,
might put him down. That was from hand though. That wasn't off top.
Yeah, why would you not put him with Ray?
Yeah.
He must run 2.
Start getting that ping.
He must run 2. Okay, you can't see any reason why you would do that. Good.
Did he just end his turn? He did. He just spent 3 to train and said go.
Wow.
So I think we'll see a force pile search here. I think he's just going to keep picking up all the exact cards he wants until he's ready to make his fight at the system.
Oh, okay, now here comes another pull.
Yep.
See if we can figure out what Matt's going to pull out here. Oh, I think it was a person, but
It looked like it might have been Proxima to me, and that would kind of check out, add an extra Destiny. But I mean, when the sand effect's on table, how important is that? It's not worth.
It's not going to help you in this.
Yeah, it's not worth putting your attack off a turn just to get an extra Destiny that's going to be taken away anyways. Oh no, it was the space cruiser.
Oh, it was the cruiser.
I
Okay.
just saw the cruiser in his hand, so he's got that now. I wonder if
Okay.
that's the
So
reason.
that makes sense. You'd want to right, you'd want to wait to get your capital ships. You're not power -6 in the coming battle.
I mean, is it
There's
worth taking 4 damage though? I mean, and you had all the force, and you're just sitting there like you just
Oh, you got the BB-8 back after all.
like I feel like you want to spend some of that force like putting guys down to a site
Yeah,
somewhere or
he's not putting
something.
he's
Like it
not putting
just
enough pressure.
if
Yeah, I think he's putting enough pressure on the white side here, but we'll see. Was that Pukamura in the Wasp pile? That's good news for Matt.
yeah, that'll.
To have,
Most decks are running 2 of them, but I think aren't they?
I think
QMT
I
run
think I
two
think, mo- I think most lists I've seen usually just run the
Just the
one,
one, really?
just run the one.
Times have changed.
But I mean, I haven't seen a whiff tube build
Yeah.
build in quite a while.
This is
So
Bat Mouse we're talking about here. Bat Mouse is known to have some saucy inclusions. Trademark.
it's his deploy phase now, I guess. I think he hit. Bat Mouse playing Grogu.
Kroger.
Can we get that up on Scamplink?
You're looking up Grogu. Neither player can play an
You
interrupt
can't play. So you can't.
unless they're immune to sense. Only
Yeah,
as
yeah.
defending.
While defending, interrupts may not be played unless they're immune to sense. And also, he can't be hit by weapons unless non-option Jedi White prisoner hit.
So non-episode
Mandalorians.
1 Jedi would include Rey. She's all of the Jedi.
And
Oh,
Obi-Wan.
jeez. Batmouse says, stay away from my system by deploying Hanshi and the Falcon there.
Hunter the Falcon V. Yeah, that's pretty good. So now Matt has no reserve. I think he activated everything in his force pile.
So I don't think, there's no way he's fighting without a reserve deck. So I think
Oh,
U3PO.
he's pulling out U3PO.
That'll help stop that drain for sure.
Yeah, no weapons there to.
And we did establish earlier it is Prize V. So Corrin Horn is actually already on table
Right.
over there at the audience chamber.
So what are your outs then? You got maybe a path combo revealed that takes care of undercover spies.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. I mean,
QMC sometimes runs that.
They have what's the Les Lomi, the blue chick? She does it too. They sometimes run her, the smuggler that Watch Your Step uses. Les Lomi or the other one.
I don't think it's was Lomi. Does it smuggler that?
The Duros. Elors.
Maybe Medak.
Yeah, I think one of those two guys might be in his deck list. Because, like I said, Corn Horn's obviously not an option at the moment.
All right, I think Matt has to go somewhere. Oh yeah, there's now Hudda, so he's gonna probably just set up satisfy battle order on a different system. There's the U3PO.
Yeah, like I said, with no reserve deck and the Hanshi and the Falcon being there now, I feel like you just go to Nalhada.
There's the Ellis and Hinthra. I'm sure he'll probably put at least one person on it. Ellis Medakis is the one that
We got to start keeping a little tally of every time your hat gets a comment.
There's Woof, generally the most popular smuggler that goes on that.
Yeah,
on that
I
ship.
mean he's got great text.
Mhm.
Subtracting 1 from each destiny draw.
That's
Ponda
Ponda
Baba.
Baba. Can add Destiny with,
Within the smuggler, which Woof is, so add Destiny to attrition.
but he didn't deploy me though, did he?
Nope, he was
Yeah,
thinking
just
about it
thinking
for a
so.
second there, but
There comes the cruiser, so that way he takes care of the AO problem.
and then Ponda
And
goes on the cruiser. I think that was Walkling
just-
going out of
I think he
play
pop Walkling
to
to.
retrieve something. I didn't catch what card he retrieved.
No, I didn't. Oh, he's sensing.
Oh, so he's trying to imbalance the retrieval, and then Batmouse senses the imbalance combo.
So he does not have to lose one.
Does
to
not have to lose
to
one.
retrieve the one.
Nor does he have to lose 2, because Durudinot's
I
not in
feel
play.
like the sense may have been worth holding on to for something.
Yeah, that
else.
seems like a pretty minor sense, like over losing 1 force. It doesn't have to be the same card either, so
Yeah.
if you want to just pitch something from your hand,
I feel like I'd rather hold on to.
I
sense,
kind of agree
but-
with you there. That seemed
but-
a little bit underwhelming.
but I'm not sure what other interrupts he really fears. It seems like Matt's kind of afraid to do anything on the get. Anyway, that's true. He can get this. I mean, he can get back anything out of his deck.
And even though it's only one force for you, it is a 2-force swing, though, because, I mean, instead of you losing one, now they're losing one. So, I mean, it's definitely not the worst play, but like I said, just feel like there could be better things to sense, but...
All right, so I guess you just set up.
Yep.
And you move Guri over.
Yeah, move Guri over, of course. No reason to keep her there. You're not going to attack since you blew your whole load pretty much down at Nalhada. You don't have enough left to come after all that stuff.
So now threatening drains of 1 and 2, while Whiteside is currently handicapped to just 2 until he does something about U3PO.
Right, the spy blocking the drains.
But if he has any undercover spy tech at all, he can obviously just pull it out of his deck. So it's not going to be. It shouldn't be too long until we see it.
That mouse drains 2, starts its force pile.
So I'm guessing either revealed or Eller's Midak or his
somebody pointed out in chat that the new free ride combo V can kill undercover spies, so that could be his.
That could be another
his answer as well.
That could be another out too. Yeah. Yep. Very true.
We'll probably have to wait till the move phase to find out, though.
Remember when we started
this? Got an answer.
Remember when this game started and we said, "Oh, Cloud City, we're going to see tons and tons of interaction and battles."
Yeah, I was expecting to be more scum and villainy kind of stuff, throwing guys and fighting them. But Batmouse has played very cautiously on the ground. Hasn't given Matt a lot of opportunities to attack him.
Oh, where RP coming out and then not coming out. But he wanted to retrieve with Luke first.
Yep,
makes sense.
The old revert.
2 cards in lost pile for Batmouse.
Matt is not pushing a lot of damage right now.
Well, it was only 2 for a long time, and he was retrieving 1. So.
Rebel.
Ooh, how those other cards come
Imperial
back?
Atrocity?
I think it's what chance do we have, which is
virtual.
Okay,
that's what it goes over. Yeah, that makes
more
sense. I was real confused for a second.
How does he have no lost pile? What was the other retrieval? I think. Is that Ayla Sakura, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like the hologram Ayla from the OCS.
Oh, the Ray retrieval. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So Batmouse feeling a little bit more bold, set up more.
I'm going to the guest quarters with
more battlegrounds. Well, he can't. He wants to actually push damage through on the ground, which he couldn't do because of the spy. Maybe you invade the security tower at some point, or maybe I don't know if that's overkill. Not.
No, I mean drain to 2 is a drain to 2. As long as you got 2 battlegrounds to back it up.
We saw Pukumur die, but then I'm assuming he came back.
Yeah, I mean Anthony's got nothing in his lost pile at the moment. All right, now he's getting ready to do some movement. I suspect probably gonna put some people in the lift tube. Leave some people behind. Split the party up with the lift tube. Maybe walk the other.
And Matt has to decide whether or not keep U3PO there or to follow them.
Yeah, so moving down to curve spy is a top level action in the opponent's move phase.
Right.
The lift tube, of course, can outrun them.
Ah.
Okay, so he lift tubes to the corridor and then uses the corridor's game text to relocate them over there.
So I did go to the tower.
Which is all perfectly well and good. And then the site's text relocates Obi and whoever that buddy is underneath him over there too. Might be the Lobot.
At the plaza at the 1-0.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out who's there. It's not Lobot. Name is too long.
Not entirely relevant, anyways.
I can't. I'm not.
Not like he's gonna go battle him there.
So security tower is Grogu. Lobot must be there. I bet it's probably Rey. It must be Rey with Obi-Wan.
Right.
Must be Rey with Obi-Wan. That seems weird.
It's the Resistance icon. You're right.
That seems weird to keep 2 of your strongest characters at the non-battlegrounds.
Yeah. It does seem weird choices on the character selection of who he moved, but maybe he knows something. He did effectively just strand the undercover spy, though.
Yeah, threatening damage of 2, 1, and 2 now. That's much better than he was doing a turn ago. Oh, that's true. So yeah, if he battles any of the sites, they just warp over. Yeah, that's why.
Oh,
That
right,
makes
because
sense.
they're with the lift tube.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense.
All right, he
Yeah.
moved him over to the lift tube.
Ah, back. Remember way back in the
Yes.
2005 or so days, the first despair could stop. It stopped all movement on your opponent's. No, on your turn, it stopped all of your opponent's movement.
Some of those legacy cards,
remember
man.
those?
I don't remember that text specifically. No.
So you would stop, effectively stop all reacting with the old despair, but that doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah, Matt's really got to put a turn together here. He's got to do something to start swinging this game back his way, because the way it stands, I mean, he's lucky Celebration is not on table. Celebration's currently stranded on the sand effect. I mean, most QMC players run 2 Celebrations, so. But I feel like if he had a second one, he would have fished it out of the force pile now.
I think he just runs the one. And probably the first battle we see, he's gonna.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the first card he'll snatch off there. He'd love to have it in play right now.
But,
not that he's got that much to retrieve anyways, so. I mean, I guess
well, if no walls pile, it's not as high of a
Matt's
priority.
pushing a few pings through right now, but.
Yeah.
But the drain of the chamber in the Huda is just not going to do anything in terms of what QMC is currently retrieving.
Right.
Even before Celebration, he's retrieving with
so
Luke
Matt's
and Ray
pushing
right
through,
now.
Matt's pushing through 3 damage and retrieving 1. Then the white side is retrieving, I think, what?
At least 2.
2. And then without pushing through, what, up to 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
So Matt definitely has to do something to swing this tide.
Yeah, as it stands, he's behind the 8 ball, figuratively speaking. Matt Scott with the upset over the new Hall of Famer from our sideline reporter, Dan.
I think we're under half an hour left in the round, so.
Funny comment. I don't know if you know this or not, but there actually is a chess tournament going on in this same hotel right now.
I did not know that.
Yes, I said they're playing chess. Maybe they just went down to the floor below us.
All right. I guess that was all first turn.
Yep. So we got Matt Strains going through.
BB-8. I'm so surprised BB-8 has not.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked about that too. You'd think he'd want that ping going.
I guess he has had other cards he wanted more, but it seems like a high priority card. Oh, there's the You'll Be Dead, so that'll help a wee bit. Pick up that damage potential to 4 instead of 3. Still not quite what he needs it to be, though. All right, we're using some more force here. Oh, we have some action now. Probot coming to the guest quarters. Currently, it's Ayla and Leia,
yeah.
With Jedi likely to join them.
Aura
Singh, Mara.
Yeah, so that's a couple lightsaber swings effectively.
Oh, here comes a pat. Oh, is that a
That's
pat? Oh, no,
Ant-Man.
that's that. Yeah, okay. His maneuver to make the weapons.
Yeah, make him pay for his shots.
I'm assuming he has enough force for that, but maybe.
I mean, it might limit him from deploying another character. Like, he might not have a force to play everything he wanted to and do that. I feel like his
hand looks a little small. I don't see maybe one more character in his hand. I see Gik, Stunning, Dengar. I don't know if he has another person in his hand, actually.
he doesn't have much force, it looks like. That force pile looks real light.
Oh, good combo. Yeah, good point. The good combo will stop the lift tube react one time. That's could be pretty clutch. Good thing that Probot.
So, yeah, I mean,
good thing that Probot's there, or he would have no.
If he's only got the 1 force, I don't think he can fight here. Like, it's just not worth it without the lightsaber swings.
Because he would have no swings. Is that just 1 card in force? Yeah, it must be. Okay, now he's recirculated. Okay, yeah, good call. That so that the Ant-Man was huge to stop the battle.
Yeah, I feel like without the Ant-Man, he 100% initiates that battle every time. Especially, I mean, with the ability to, I don't know if he's aware of the react or the fact he can cancel it, but with both those factors in play as well, I mean.
So very well timed Antilles maneuver there by Batmouse.
Yeah, for sure. That stopped him dead in his
He
tracks.
seems to have all the answers. All right, so let's see. Matt passes over. Batmouse will be pushing through 4 damage here. There's another stunning. The now how to puller, telepathy, and another disarmed. Disarmed, pretty popular card all of a sudden. I've seen it played on both sides this weekend.
That's the second one of those disarms we've seen hit his lost pile.
That makes sense. You're expecting a ton of white mains,
Hmm
but
And
that mouse sure showed him though.
since he's playing Pandavaba, I wonder if he's running Dr. Evazan instead of the combo as well, so you can operate the disarmed guys. Because that's a brutal move when you can pull that off.
I've seen it done. Yeah, I think that seems somewhat likely. All right, now he's doing his retrieval. What's that ship there? Is that the resistance transport? I can't tell what that.
Yeah, I think that's Leia's resistance transport.
Is that another whiff tube now? Hitting the table at the guest quarters. And
Undercover spy of his own at the audience
Jin
chamber.
Urso coming to the audience chamber. That seems like a big move.
Especially since the Probot just got deployed to the guest quarters.
Yeah, that was a really smart move by Batmouse doing that post Probot deployment. Now we're gonna shuffle some guys around, or girls, I suppose, warping away from the
All those lightsabers.
to the other 2-1 site, and yeah. So now mass guys are stuck there. They can only move one side at a time. So they either go to one.
Yeah, they're stuck between two non-battlegrounds.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of good guys. I mean, he wanted to pick that fight, but now it just looks like he's overcommitted to another location that's draining him for one. Same as Nal Hutta. Like he's got 5 cards stacked there to effectively satisfy battle plan and drain for one.
Oh yeah, and Leia.
And now he's got 3 really strong characters, at least 2 really strong characters stranded at the guest quarters, draining for one.
And Leia can't
Yeah, right.
cancel the drain.
Rebel
So
Princess is on Cloud City.
You probably don't even drain there to let him get the cards back.
I mean, his lost pile's probably gonna be empty anyways, so may as well.
There's at least one card in it, but yeah.
Not after Luke and Leia retrieve it, because you're not putting more in there now that your drain's blocked.
All right.
Matt's really bad position for Matt right here.
Real tough spider. I don't know if there's any other outs for undercover spies.
Yeah, this game's just not going his way.
I don't know if does CCT ever play like Ellis or Lana Dobreed combo to try to maybe warp some people around. He can get the Probot out that way.
Yeah, fair point. You could land a Dobreed him over, and then Breckham's covering that same move phase.
But right now he's doing 1 damage, I believe.
2, right?
Oh, 2.
Yeah.
That's why you'll be dead. 2 because you'll be dead.
What about the drain of the site, drain of the system? Is one of them -1? I'm not realizing.
1 of the system.
1 of the system, 1 of the site, 1 for you'll be
I
dead.
don't see him draining on Cloud City.
Oh, just because of Leia, you think?
Yeah. We'll see if I'm wrong, but I don't think he drains.
My theory on Leia has always been just punch through her. Like that's going to cause some damage eventually.
Depends how long the game think's going to go and stuff. All right, so he did the drain of 1.
Steve Harpster stepping into the booth here.
I was just going to ask you a sideline question.
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. I can read your mind. And how about after this game?
Yeah, that'll work.
Yep.
Looks like he did do the drain, and then he did cancel it with Leia. So looks like you were right.
So he did push the drain through. You shouldn't be watching this, Harpster.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
For clarification, I'm in the losers area.
Just keep things on the up and up, you know.
That's all good.
When you make your comeback, we don't want any reason they say it's not legit.
Oh, we got some little
Okay.
offense potentially happening.
Well, I mean, obviously,
probably next turn.
Yeah, Dengar's not fighting by himself, so I think that's just a move.
We still have not yet had a battle in this game.
Yeah, there hasn't been a single battle.
So I'm assuming everyone's going to move over.
They've been
here.
staring at each other a lot. Like Guri was sitting there, giving him
I
stink
think-
eye for a while.
I think Matt just realizes that it's like kind of now or never. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't just keep eating this. all
Yeah,
game
the
long.
way this game's, you got to do something to change the game state.
Oh, Uda Guda, that takes care of undercover Buys, right? Yeah.
Breaks recover. Yep.
Breaks recover the move phase. So he did have another out.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
that'll be interesting to see what he does next turn with Jin.
yep, and spending a handful of force to move all
Everyone.
3 of his ships over. So I think we might be seeing a battle soon. I don't know. You think Batmouse wants to pick this fight? I don't know if he even does. I think Batmouse is fine just saying, I'm fine just sitting here. I'll keep draining you on the ground.
Pushing through damage of 2 and 1 now.
Or maybe he does it just to get the celebration off of his effect.
That might be worth it to do that. Yeah.
Did he sense something there? Oh, it was a Hear Me Baby to play a shield.
Matt has no reserve deck. Was that? But who's? He must have reserve deck now.
Yeah, after he recirculated.
Okay.
That last turn he activated all his force.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely was like on a battle with a lone Dengar.
Yeah, that was never a putt fight he was going to make.
All right. 2 force saved. Yeah, I think
And then activates 1 more with the console, so he's at 3 force and 4 spell right now. It looks like his hand is Stunning Leader and that Gik combo, so neither one of those particularly relevant for the space battle.
Yeah, I think if you're Batmouse, you probably want a battle to get the celebration off.
Yeah, I mean,
So drain of 2. There's a cold feet and a mighty Jabba. Drain of 1. There's a barrier. It's always a good card.
yeah, never sad to see one of those hit the lost pile. I do wonder what the power is. Like, if it's a huge power differential against Batmouse, then maybe you don't make that fight. But otherwise, if you're close on power, I feel like
home one's what 12. Shoot, HF's another 8, right?
Yep, so that's 26 with
and
the pilots.
I think what's
and then
Harkstep like
4
25?
for
So
Harkstep,
probably like
so
25, 24.
24 plus a Destiny for light side.
It's plus 2 destinies to power, right? Because of HCF and the Overseer. Don't they both have destinies to power?
Correct.
So 24 and 2
Okay,
destinies
yeah,
to
so
power.
those Destinies to power, yeah. And
So-
those are obviously
so-
not limited by sand, so
So yeah, there's no way he's down power
yeah.
for light side. I think. Yeah. Yep. So 2 destinies.
But the thing is, I mean,
So plus and the power destiny. So you have 3 destinies to add to his base power, but what we think is like 24. Well, Dan's reporting 28. I don't know if we possibly over. Oh, Luke's also piloting.
I counted that.
I would have had 27 then, but well, it's 27 or 28. What's the Overseer?
Overseer is 4, right? 2 and 2 from Hark.
This thing is so sensitive.
I keep saying the same thing. Use the mouse pad. Oh, they're showing us something.
Overseer's 5. Looks like.
Who did he do? Oh. Is that a card that Matt designed? So some joke I'm not in on.
Some AI Anakin.
Yeah. So that was Anakin went to the home one.
There's
Pookamur comes down.
That's gonna be a real
Finally
big deal.
found his way back from the lost pile onto the table.
Still no BB-8, surprisingly.
Yeah, I mean he's so cheap. Like, why wouldn't you just throw him down and
This
get that
deck has
ping?
so much
maybe,
damage.
maybe there's something we're
This deck
missing.
has so much damage potential. Even that. All right. He's not battling.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I think you're better off just because if you stay on the system, you're gonna win this game eventually. I feel like. And so why burn your sand card just to get celebration off of it? Like use it when you need it when he fights you, because he's the one that has to do something here. You're not the one. Like the impetus is on him. You know.
True.
If the game stays this way, you're going to win it as Batmouse.
Guess he figures he can let him battle and still get get celebration off.
And
either
if
way.
he does battle, he's going to lose stuff because Dengar's there. Like maybe not much, but he's going to lose something.
Eldritch combo in hand. Oh, maybe that's another reason why Well, no, because of sand.
Yeah, I feel like he's probably going to
sand plus Guri. He's not drawing multiple battle destinies.
Yeah, I feel like he's almost certainly going to sand. Whenever the battle does happen, I feel like he's almost certainly going to pull a sand card.
I think it's just like you were saying. He's playing conservative. He knows that he has like the upper hand here.
Exactly, which I
He's
think
just,
is fine.
he's
I don't
just,
think he needed to battle there.
you're just letting.
It
Plus
might
with
have worked out for him. It might have backfired.
plus with Pukamur now you're going to be pushing through an extra, what, 4 damage.
Yeah,
now.
and Pukamur, of course, changes the math significantly as well. Yeah, Ponda is there. He's on one of those ships.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Guri on the Stinger. I think Ponda is on the Space Cruiser. Wolf is on the Hinthra.
Yeah, and I think Dengar and Punishing One is also there.
Dengar and Punishing One is there, and there's another character there as well. I can't quite tell who it is. So yeah, his activation looks like he's going to be picking a fight this turn. So there goes, he drained, pushed through. That was Leia's second cancel, so Leia's spent now.
8 minutes left in the round. Wow, we're going to be
So pushing up on the time limit here, but I feel like there's no way Batmouse is not ahead on Life Force.
crazy even without celebration. There's BB-8. Third time we think BB-8 hit the lost pile.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
That crazy little soccer ball droid just bouncing all over the place. So yeah, Matt just taking his time, trying to figure out the best course of action here. He's got 3 Destinies in reserve deck, so if he does pick a fight,
He'll get the 1 Destiny and one to attrition.
he's got 1 to attrition. I mean, Sand's probably going to limit him. Otherwise, he would be adding with Guri.
What's he playing here? He's pulling a card out of his force pile. It is.
I think.
Oh, it's Hondo and Naka.
I wonder if Django Fett's the other guy that's on the ship
one.
now. You can see a little bit of red there. It's a character over an interrupt.
Oh, I think Dan may have
Yep, I
confirmed
nailed
your-
it.
It's a
Dan
good,
said it's
it's a
Django.
good read. Oh, Hondo. I think he does. I think he does. Draw.
Okay, so Jin, I missed this, but Jin ran away unsurprisingly from the audience chamber last turn after her cover was broken. So Hondo's heading over to the prison to dispatch her.
He also gets to retrieve 4 force here if he battles twice with
Oh
Skunk.
yeah,
So
yeah, got a
that's-
little best retrieval. That lost pile's pretty fat of his. He could use some force back, especially with time getting close.
So it's just straight destinies here. He'll take.
Yep, he does.
He'll take the celebration
this
off.
is in the Ray battle.
I think this is over at the dungeon.
That's what I'm saying, in the Ray Hondo battle. Like, I'm surprised.
Jin.
I'm sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah. And he draws a 5.
I'm surprised why would he use it there? Maybe just because of time, he wants more resources. Unsurprisingly.
I think it just clears.
Yep. Nothing too exciting there, just mutually assured
Well,
destruction.
If you battle again in space, you could use up all of sand.
Yeah, I don't understand.
That's EPP Lando. I think is the last card on sand right now.
So I mean, that also leaves Matt with only 2 cards in his reserve deck for the space battle if he does decide to pick it, which I'm not sure he is.
Matt only has 1 card left in force pile. Oh, so he can't retrieve again. Okay.
And resistance comes out because the drain at the prison would have been 3 with Pukamur, so that resistance pull is going to save him a force.
That's right.
I'm sure most of you know, but for those who aren't aware, when time hits, they call time, and then the player who went second, in this case the light side player, will finish his turn. And at the end of that turn, whoever has more cards remaining in their life force will be the winner.
Yeah.
That's force pile, use pile, and reserve deck combined.
So either this next Batmouse turn will be the last turn of the game, or probably the one after that will be the last one of the game.
Yeah, they haven't called it yet, but 8 minutes happened.
It's going to be
5 minutes ago, you know.
Yeah, time's gonna be called very soon. Quite possibly on Batmouse's turn. It looks like Matt's totaling power here. I don't know if I guess he didn't initiate battle yet. Oh, I think power is pretty comparable actually. I think we had Batmouse at about 28 or so.
Yeah, that's about what we said earlier was 26 for him, 26, 29, 28. Well, for as big as those numbers are, they're surprisingly close. I haven't heard anything, Steve. Sorry. If a next guy comes out, I'll ask him to tell me.
All right, looks like he just passed on the battle in space and recirculated. So now
Yeah.
Anthony will get one last, probably just one more turn here before
Hey,
time.
Justin, you win? He says he won, Steve. Steve wants to know. Steve is in chat.
Tell him I beat a Mars all space.
He says he beat a Mars all space anti map deck. Were you with map? Classic,
Nice, nice.
classic.
All right, so I think it's Batmouse's
So yeah, it's
turn.
Batmouse's turn.
Yeah, he just
Activate, force
activated.
pile search, retrieve, drain, all the usual
He's
stuff.
going to be pushing through. He has resistance to satisfy, so he'll be pushing through drains of what, 2, 1, 2, and 2. So I think that's 7 going. How many going against Matt?
Yeah, it looks like 7. That's a lot. Yeah, and I guess Matt just didn't have the force to move his characters over to block any of that stuff.
Matt's down to 6 life force.
Oh, okay, we missed the drain already.
CRG
I
and
was
Batmouse.
distracted.
Batmouse.
Batmouse is crushing them right now. It's pretty much over already.
Batmouse is QMC.
Oh, wow.
Hey, there's the BB-8 again.
The BB-8 hitting the lost pile for the 4th time.
He just wants to be on table so bad.
Oh no, he's getting retrieved. I'm sorry.
Oh, he placed it out of play. I think he just placed it out of play to retrieve the other card. I guess it's just kind of gravy at this point, but
What's doing the retrieval? Oh, there's celebration. That's going to do some retrieval.
oh, and there's the
And he's
transmit.
still sitting on that other site in his hand. He's been sitting on that site for ages.
So you can't cancel twice with Leia. Then you can just put somebody there and cancel the rest of the game. Although the game is about to end anyway. Celebration is not officially out, so yeah, he's going to be able to retrieve essentially his entire lost pile. Yeah, you definitely don't want to battle here. You're just gonna.
Oh, okay, that's right. Thanks, Nick. I forgot that's what Ray did. She picks 2, and then you put 1 out of play. That's what I was missing. I appreciate that.
So Matt will be pushing through 3 damage, and Batmouse will be retrieving a lot more than 3.
Yeah. It's. I mean. The game's all but over.
Oh, and he moves U3PO over to
Yeah, sure. I mean.
attempt to block the rain, but then Ray
Then-
Ray just dances back over. So all for naught, unfortunately for Matt there. Alright, so did he pass back to Matt?
I don't know.
If he does it soon, we may get another actual 2 turns in.
I mean,
If not,
I think he
then,
did, yeah, because he recirculated, so he must have.
Alright, so we should get 2 more turns in then.
Yeah, so we'll get another cycle of turns
Oh,
here.
I'm gonna buy you some lunch.
You are?
Yeah, if you come to McDonald's with me.
Okay, I'll come to McDonald's with you.
So, I was thoroughly spanked by this young gentleman from Virginia Beach.
These guys are nice guys.
Yeah,
Was it John or which one?
I've never been so happy about getting my teeth kicked in my life.
Yeah, they're good guys. Those.
Up. Time was just called for
Yep, so there's the time. So this is going to be our last set of
so-
turns.
So the start of Darkseid's activate phase.
I'm going to let Tim do the interview on this one. I've got a date with Harpster.
Sounds good.
Good seeing you, Tim.
Yeah, good seeing you, Steve. Oh, it's fun. It's been a little while.
It could be worse. Sucks up one of the drains and then is it promptly grabbed. Yeah, we still got a game going.
All right, so he's pushing through his drain, and
I mean, if you can
you'll
call
be
it that
dead.
at this point, it's
You'll be
pretty
dead
much over.
damage.
Yeah, you'll be dead still doing a little bit of work, but I mean, with that much retrieval on the other side of the table, like Batmouse is just he's gonna empty his lost pile next turn.
Think.
Oh, here we go. We're finally
Is
getting
there,
a fight in
is there
space.
battle in space finally?
We've been talking about it since turn one,
So
and
it's-
finally the last turn
so-
it happens.
Batmouse takes the last sand
Last
card
turn
off.
of the game.
I think sand actually hurts Batmouse more than it. Well, I guess it can, no. Each side I think could have gotten like 3.
Wait, so rather than wait a turn, use the fours.
So they each capped at 1, but Batmouse gets extra destinies to power.
I mean, Batmouse
And-
is only
and-
adding 1, right? And CRG's adding 2. Guri and,
Well,
and
one from
Django.
HCF and one from Harkstuff, the 2 destinies. To
Yeah, I
power.
was talking about Battle Destinies though. So I think he is cutting 2 Battle Destinies off his opponent.
Gotcha.
All right, and Guri's there, of course, as well. So there's no situation where Matt is drawing more than 1 Battle Destiny.
Right,
I mean,
that's right,
Batmouse.
so
So may as well put your opponent on the level playing field.
It only caps the other
Yeah,
side.
it just levels the playing field.
So there's destinies to power. I think it's a 5 and a 4.
5 and a 4, and a 4 for Matt.
That's Battle Destiny for Matt, and Trish Destiny also a 4.
Yep, 2 barriers. So it's going to be 8.
So Matt's
oh no.
I think Matt's at 33.
Well, don't forget Dengar as well. Dengar's adding
Oh,
a couple more.
Plus
Is he at attrition or battle damage, Dengar?
as a Battle Destiny, I think, as total
Total,
Battle
that's what I thought it was. Total Battle Destiny.
Yeah. So I think Batmouse is up pretty high on power, but really it just matters what attrition is. I think at this point. Oh, and we have the handshake.
Yep, there
so,
you go.
So I think yeah, tough game for Matt there. All right, so
Yeah,
we'll see if
so we'll get, I'm sure Dan is going to send him in here to interview, and I'll let you do that. I'd ask. I don't know if we're going to get Batmouse or.
should be Batmouse probably.
Yeah, usually we interview the
We're trying
winner.
to-
I would
trying
be
to-
curious to hear from Matt, though, why he didn't go after the system before the home 1 came down, because I feel like he had that 1 turn of opportunity, and that window closed really quick.
What was in his hand? Well, it was just Hark stuff.
Yeah, we didn't really see his hand,
it-
so
it was
hard to evaluate if he made the right decision or not.
But yeah, congratulations, Batmouse. Very well played. Very well played game.
Yeah,
We'll-
definitely.
We'll have.
He did. He
we should-
did
we'll
play
have-
very well there. I
We
agree.
should have him in here. Do a little interview here. We'll show it for you guys. So stay tuned.
Yep. I'm gonna step out here, but Tim's gonna hang with you and keep talking to nobody for a minute until we get Batmass out here. Or somebody, they're cleaning their cards up, obviously. But sit tight, guys. More fun content coming. It did. I think I saw somebody say we're taking a lunch break after this round, so it might be a bit longer
Yeah,
intermission between games here.
yeah,
but we'll be back soon.
Yeah. Thanks, John.
Yeah, of course. Pleasure commentating with you, Tim.
No.
So that's my favorite thing is those 2 ships.
Yeah, this was not the way I was expecting that game to play out.
Stream team has showed Dollhouse money for lunch.
So do you want to Batmouse?
Yeah, he's on his way. He's just cleaning up.
Jan's gonna step out.
Yeah, Tim's doing the interview here. I'm gonna go take a break.
Watched it.
You want anything from Mickey D's?
Well, they're doing a volunteer lunch.
Sounds like
So you don't need anything.
sounds like my lunch gonna be provided. So
Okay. You want to go to
Yeah.
McDonald's?
Yeah. I'm just waiting for Yanni.
Yep.
Batmouse is on his way. He's just cleaning up the table.
It should still be.
Yeah, we're still live right now.
Live?
Right. Yeah. I'll take care of it.
There you go. The last thing you want, Tim.
Let's put it this way: the Zephyr Sun would have worked if I had no escape in my hand. It was the top part of my lost pile. This is what I did. I force punched. Just I force pushed to get the gun. And then the top card in my reserve deck was a 4. So I would have gotten that would have been the game right there, essentially. Maybe I'll just take away. I could have just. If he hadn't gone Gale on first turn, I could have shot it. If I would have now been the biggest idiot in the world, I could have shot it. I lost by 6. It would have been like the slaughter. The deck is yours. I just gotta rebound immensely for this next fight.
Yep.
Okay.
How long? Thank you. How long is just a few minutes? Okay. I wanted to see if I should run to the restroom first.
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
Absolutely. So basically, been
What
all
were you doing? Well, I'm going to the restroom and then I got to do an interview.
Oh, okay.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
What do you want to eat? Anthony, I'll go pick up food.
No. Talk. Okay, I'll talk. What do you want to eat?
Okay.
Dan and Tess are nice for you. Yeah, Dan and Tess. Where are you going?
I don't know.
Find me a burger.
Okay.
I'll call you back.
Put that on. All right, scoot over. All right, we're back in studio with Anthony Howard, aka Batmouse, who we just saw on stream with his QMC taking out at Lutz CCT. So, what was your game plan kind of going into this in this match?
In this match, as soon as I saw him flip CCT, I'm concerned with he's going to try and drop everything on me at once. So I figured I needed to doom stack and slow roll into being able to do anything else. Obviously, I wanted to get my Overseer up to be able to activate more and then put myself in a better position overall. But yeah, definitely, you see CCT, you know Scum is coming. You know,
Right.
set up first and then go from there.
There's Jerry Hines saying good game, and you other kudos in the chat there.
Cool,
Got to make you. Yeah, I saw you being a little tentative, a little very intentional about setting up in the early game. I guess you were. We assumed it was because you were afraid of a sudden beatdown.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and then then once you had that huge space fleet amassed at Bespin, I guess you probably feeling pretty good at that point, and probably felt like Darkseid didn't have a lot of options left to really deal with that. Was there any consideration to kind of fight more kind of towards the end? Towards the end, I saw there were a few turns where the fleet. You guys are kind of just staring at each other in space and not battling. But I guess you just felt you had the damage race.
I had the damage race. That's why I asked. What happens a lot of the times for me is I let the greed get a hold of me, and the greed is what really puts me in a bad spot. But being able to, I asked for a life force count a couple of times because I wanted to see where we were at and then try and do the mental math of what he had left on the table. Even letting, I see you, Jerry. Even letting Jin get her cover broken after Probot came down. I was hoping he didn't have the Udaguda Solo V, but it was a calculated risk because I had the Hujix in my hand.
For sure.
So once I had the Hujix in my hand, I'm like, oh, well, now I can block that drain and try and reduce damage and try and expand that race a little bit more.
You want to talk to us a little bit about the lift tubes? I feel like there's a little bit of a at least the QMC ones that I've seen, they're not exactly standard yet.
Yeah, so lift tubes, I mean, they're Destiny 6.
This is true.
Destiny 6 cards that have a Destiny 5 puller that at the end of the game, that Destiny 5 puller can also put your lift tubes back into your reserve deck. So if you really wanted to start stacking Destiny, you're like, oh, I can set up a 5/6/6, and then we can really go and fight.
That's pretty sweet. That's pretty solid, and it lets you kind of react all over the place too. And we saw you, when he got the U3PO against you fairly early, you had a big stack there. You just got in the tube and go halfway across the map, and they can't.
Yeah, you can't.
There's nothing
can't
they can do
chase
about
him.
that. Yeah,
nothing you can do at that point. I'm chasing me.
That's pretty solid. Again, another good question there by Joey. Were you nervous at all, like that early game overseer just naked at the system? Were you at all afraid of a
Um,
counter beat there?
so extremely early, I was nervous um that he was going to come immediately, but I figured I need to get back up into space as quickly as possible. Which on the next turn, with I think on the next turn or second turn, I was able to find launching the assault,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I started the game with the leadership to pull Akbar. So
yeah.
once
I think I want to hit the table next turn. I think.
and then home one hit the table next turn, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm stacked for a bit. Now I'll draw into other things.
All right. Well, we're looking at the other end of a lunch break here, so I don't want to keep you away
Yeah.
too long. It's been a three grueling rounds so far, but yeah, congrats on the win. You very well played, dude. We had a lot of fun watching it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks.
much, sir.
All right, we're gonna take a quick little break, guys. If 45 minutes or an hour or so for lunch, then we'll be back with more coverage of the 2021 Star Wars CCG World Championships. Thanks.